to introduce several special guests in attendance today. I'd please request that you hold your applause until I finish the introductions. We'll begin with Governor Mike Braun, Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, Senate President Pro Tem Roderick Bray, Senate Minority Caucus Leader Shelley Yoder, House Minority Leader Phil Giacquina. We also welcome state elected office holders Treasurer Daniel Elliott, Secretary Diego Morales, Comptroller Elise Nichella, and Attorney General Todd Rokita. Our special guests include Chris Naylor, Indiana Prosecuting Attorney's Counsel, Amy Carrozos, Indiana State Public Defender, Derek Mason, Indiana Commission on Court Appointed Attorneys, and Bernice Corley with the Indiana Public Defense Council. The Chief Justice family joining us today includes Jim Rush, her husband, several of her children, Mary, Jake, and Luke, grandchildren, Addie, Cora, and Evelyn, in-laws, Matt Mullen and Rachel Rush, and the Chief Justice's sister, Helene Bishop. Former Chief Administrative Officer, Justin Faulkner, and former Supreme Court Justices, Frank Sullivan Jr., Stephen David, Brent Dixon, and Randall Shepard. Please welcome all these special guests. At this time, we welcome the Chief Justice, the legislative escorts, and all appellate court judges. Chief Justice Rush is being escorted by, you can applaud, Senator Cindy Carrasco, Senator Aaron Freeman, Senator Rodney Pohl, Senator Mark Spencer, Representative Chris Jeter, Representative Wendy McNamara, Representative Mitch Gore, and Representative Maureen Bauer. The Chief Justice is joined by Supreme Court colleagues, Justices Mark Massa, Jeffrey Slaughter, Christopher Goff, and Derek Mulder. And the Court of Appeals judges, Chief Judge Elizabeth Tavares, L. Mark Bailey, Melissa May, Nancy Vadick, Paul Mathias, Cale Bradford, Elaine Brown, Rudy Pyle, Robert Altice, Peter Foley, Dana Kenworthy, Paul Felix, Mary DeBoer, Stephen Shealy, and Tax Court Judge Justin McAdam. I'll leave it here. Oh,
Although I can't.
It is my honor to introduce Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith to convene the Joint Convention.
Thank you, Speaker Houston. Members of the Joint Assembly, pursuant to Section 3 of Article 7 of the Constitution of the State of Indiana, this joint session of the two houses of the Indiana General Assembly is now convened for the purpose of hearing a message from the Chief Justice of Indiana. It is now my privilege to present to you the distinguished Chief Justice of Indiana, the Honorable Loretta Rush.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I need to get my step stool up, but it's in place now. Thank you for that warm welcome, and welcome to the 2026 State of the Judiciary, which I have titled Justice in the Heartland. I just want to take a moment and welcome my family. My husband, Jim, amazing husband of 44 years, some of my children, some of my grandchildren. I am so grateful for the sacrifices that you've made and the faith that you've always shown in me. And Evelyn, Cora, and Addie, Lola's got to go to work now, okay? As we come together today, you saw paintings of all 92 courthouses. Across Indiana, our courthouses rise from the center of our communities like quiet sentinels of justice. Beautiful, enduring reminders that laws are not only written in books, but lived out in places where people come seeking relief and resolution. Attorney Doug Church, along with the State Bar, curated this remarkable collection of Hoosier courthouse paintings. Doug calls them our secular cathedrals. And it's a fitting description. They lift our eyes upwards and remind us that justice is a public promise that is both visible and tangible. Thank you, Doug. Doug, could you stand up? From our earliest frontier days, these courthouses were more than just brick and limestone. They were declarations of what Indiana aspired to be. They reassured settlers that in uncertain times, the rule of law would bring peace, stability, and fairness. Courts made it possible for families to take root and businesses to dream bigger, knowing that disputes would be resolved not with violence and fear, but through reason and civility. In recent years, my updates have sort of touched on technology, innovation, case management, behavioral health initiatives, and specialty courts. Each one strengthens the foundation of justice, but the work itself is carried out by people. So this 12th time I stand before you as your Chief Justice, I want to highlight two groups of people who stand in our courthouses every day: prosecutors and public defenders. While these public servants sit on opposite sides of the courtroom's rivals, they are also allies in their shared duty to resolve disputes under the rule of law. Their work is at the center of that constitutional balance between accountability and liberty. It's what allows us to enjoy life in a safe and free society. So please join me on a tour across our state to see how some of the more than 1.1 million cases a year are resolved in those magnificent courthouses in our Hoosier Heartland. And what better place to start than along the banks of the Wabash River? In Cass County, the prosecutor, public defender, pretrial director, and judge agree on a shared philosophy. implement what is best for their community that they love. They've committed to a transformational evidence-based pretrial program. That means after a person is arrested, pretrial decisions are driven by a primary goal, public safety. Judge Lisa Swain, a former respected prosecutor herself, explains that bail decisions are not just a check-in. In her words, I have to feel comfortable with public safety. I get a full report, criminal history, housing, stability, employment, and still I don't make a pretrial decision until I meet and talk to the person face to face. And she gives the prosecutor and the public defender a chance to weigh in. Beyond each side arguing their positions for individual cases, they also shared their thoughts on the overall program. For public defender Cheryl Fearson, the in-house program addresses a defendant's core needs. She says it focuses on public safety and voluntary treatment with supportive services. Prosecutor Noah Schaefer is blunt. He says, I distrust any tendency of reform that gives people a hug and turns them loose. He says this program works because it employs the time-tested pillars of criminal justice: accountability, personal responsibility, and mercy. And pretrial director Hillary Heartland keeps track of the results. Since 2022, the program has produced 95% court attendance, 90% arrest-free rate, and an 86% reduction in pretrial detention. So what's the price tag? That's a fair question. It's nearly $6 million savings. Yes, savings for Cass County, because they've reduced jail bed costs, eliminated 408 years of incarceration, prompted treatment, and prioritized public safety. Well done, Cass County team. Could you all stand? Thank you, Lisa. As we navigate our way southeast to the Ohio River, we see that same spirit of partnership in Dearborn County. The justice team there also focuses on community safety, and for them, that means having people with lived experience as part of the solution. They accomplish that through a program called IRACS, Integrated Reentry and Correctional Support. It puts mental health and peer recovery specialists in the county jails. Prosecutor Lynn Deddens calls the program a godsend. She says people need someone to help guide them out of the system, otherwise it's just a revolving door. Judge Aaron Negengard agrees. He's a former public defender, prosecutor, and defense attorney, and he says the justice system needs as many tools as possible to handle each case on its own merits. And he has a practical message for us today. People are going to get out of jail. We want them to come out better. He's so right. Thanks, Aaron. 43-year-old Aaron Spalding is running Dearborn County's IRACS. He's been through that revolving door since he was 13 years old, including 6 years in prison. He doesn't want to see others take that same path. Now, 10 years into recovery, he's leading Dearborn County's award-winning 6-person IRACS staff. Working in the jail, he's connecting with inmates to help them get services and develop a plan so when they leave jail, they don't go back to the same lifestyle. He says, I am now empowered to be part of the change instead of part of the destruction. Aaron knows the public is skeptical, so he keeps track of county data. Since 2022, there have been 1,600 jail participants, and 80% of them have not reoffended. Dearborn County team, please stand and accept our appreciation for connecting individuals to recovery. Thank you. And you do all that while keeping your community safe. Thank you. So local justice teams working together to make their communities safer, healthy, and more resilient are doing so with your support. To ensure effective results for every community, statewide structures connect and strengthen local efforts. There are 3 such programs that you have made possible that I want to highlight today. Trial court judges from around the state are here to thank you because of your staunch support of our Hoosier justice system. Could y'all stand up there, judges? First, you asked us to build a comprehensive statewide jail management system, and we're delivering. Thanks to your funding just last year, In Jail is already in 9 counties, with 12 more in the works, and 29 other counties are interested. Law enforcement will tell you In Jail will give real-time jail information on all defendants while connecting criminal justice system. It's the first in the nation, it's made in Indiana for Indiana, it can be in every county in the state to implement your policy decisions and enhance public safety. Thank you. A special thanks to Senators Brown and Mishler and Representative Thompson for your work getting this done. We also thank our sheriffs for their collaboration, and representing them today are Sheriff's Association past President Bob Goldsmith and Executive Director Steve Luce. Gentlemen, could you stand? Second, counties across the state increasingly confront a new reality in investigating criminal cases, complicated digital evidence. Through your funding, Indiana prosecutors have formed 10 high-tech crime units operating as regional hubs to investigate cybercrime, collect digital evidence, and assist in prosecutions or exonerations. In just 3 years, the units have assisted in over 10,000 cases and examined more than 16,000 digital devices. From smartphones to cloud storage, technology allows us to reveal the truth swiftly. Justice delayed is justice denied, and these units return evidence to investigators in an average of 17 days, an unprecedented pace. This is what I call proof of technology accelerating justice. Thank you. Third, the local JRAC statute you passed just 3 years ago is already proving to be effective. It's a way for thousands of justice stakeholders throughout our Hoosier Heartland to understand the vital role they play in ensuring that public safety resources are used wisely. For a pioneering example, let's go to Grant County, where Judge Mark Spitzer and his justice partners are implementing your legislation. They formed a team of judges, prosecutors, public defenders, probation officers, jail staff, law enforcement, victim advocates, local officials, and others who come together to make decisions grounded in data and research. Their process allows justice professionals to understand how the decisions they make have a ripple effect throughout their community. Sometimes they need jail beds, sometimes it's electronic monitoring, and sometimes it's treatment. But whatever the case requires, the tools aren't limitless. Their collaboration through JRAC has reduced unnecessary detention, improved supervision outcomes, and strengthened public safety. Their efforts are so effective that they are now training statewide. For the Grant County team, including Judge Spitzer, County Council President Greg Kitts, and Director Melissa Stevenson, please stand and accept our appreciation. Thank you. I can't imagine 3 stronger initiatives to support public safety. All justice systems professionals join me in thanking you for funding In Jail and the high-tech crime units and implementing local JRAC. Thank you. One final thank you for those. Our journey continues to Madison County, where Prosecutor Rodney Cummings last year, and this was amazing how much he handled 2,000 felonies, 5,000 misdemeanors, 5,000 traffic tickets, 500 juvenile delinquency petitions, and hundreds of other cases. Rodney's proud of his reputation of being tough on crime. So with so much going on, why would he dedicate limited resources to preventing truancy? Because he knows kids who don't graduate high school are 8 times more likely to be locked up as adults. Often 80% of incarcerated adults are high school dropouts, and each dropout costs taxpayers an estimated $300,000 over a lifetime in lost taxes, incarceration, and services. I can see Secretary of Education, Dr. Jenner, up there nodding in agreement. Is that true? Prosecutor Cummings, Chief Deputy Prosecutor Andrew Hanna, Investigator Mitch Carroll are leading a remarkable absenteeism program. It connects families with counseling, mental health support, and intervention planning. As a child from a challenging background, including time in foster care and having attended 27 different schools, Prosecutor Cummings knows firsthand that education opened doors. His program ensures that children have a chance to learn, grow, and succeed. Having spent many years on the juvenile bench in Tippecanoe County, I also believe combating truancy is critical. Guess why my truancy court started at 7 a.m. in the morning? To get families out of court and back to work and school. It works. And in Madison County, their program is resulting in more kids in the classroom. Thank you, Prosecutor Cummings. Would you and your team stand? Well, speaking of Tippecanoe County, Deputy Prosecutor Elise Madigan stands as a shining example of how prosecutors strengthen the communities they serve. She prosecutes murder, domestic violence, neglect, and aggravated battery, and she serves on the State Child Fatality Review Committee. Through this collaborative work, she addresses child deaths, gun safety, child health, flu prevention, car seat clinics, and juvenile suicide prevention. Each day she asks, which deaths are preventable? What resources could have made a difference? In her words, her community is her client. Thank you, Prosecutor Madigan, and will you and all current and former hardworking prosecutors and deputy prosecutors that are here today please stand and accept our appreciation. Our tireless public defenders safeguard the constitutional promise that every Hoosier is entitled to be heard and represented when the stakes are highest. For a Vigo County woman, that moment came when she faced losing her children. Savannah Harvey was hopeless, homeless, and separated from her children when she met her public defender, Katie Butwin, and her parent advocate, Janet McBride. A pilot program with the Commission on Court-Appointed Attorneys helps parents navigate the child welfare system. It connected the three. The longer a child lingers in the system without permanency, the longer their lives are upended. The sooner parents understand what they need to do and take advantage of services, the quicker the children can be reunited with their families, or if they can't, to be placed in a permanent home such as adoption. For public defender Butwin, other child welfare cases would just go on and on, circling around the problem, but not Savannah's. With support, Savannah received treatment, secured housing, found employment, reunited with her children. Just last Friday, she passed the test. She's now a credentialed community health worker, and just yesterday, she got a job. According to Savannah, this program didn't just change my life, she said, it saved it. Vigo County is proud to show these child welfare cases are closing an average of 65 days sooner. Children are spending 70 fewer days in out-of-home care, and reunification is increasing by 14%. The Vigo County Council is now funding 3 new positions for this initiative. The numbers reflect a broader truth. When we equip parents with public defenders and the tools they need, families find their footing, children are home sooner, and justice fulfills its higher purpose. Janet, Savannah, and her public defender, Katie, are all here today. Could you stand? Heading to the shores of Lake Michigan takes us to beautiful Valparaiso. The Porter County Courthouse is one of our newer Heartland gems, and inside we find public defenders like Mitch Peters. Judge Jeff Clymer says certain residents are alive because of Mitch. He's instrumental in the mental health restoration court, representing clients in mental health commitments and requests for emergency detention, and he cares deeply for those suffering from substance abuse disorder. Mitch knows his clients, and he knows they need structure, connection, programming, and a safe place to stay while they work to resolve their issues, including trauma that brought them into the system. And so he worked with his community, including securing private funding to open a series of halfway houses and a homeless shelter to meet that need. His efforts have saved taxpayer dollars by ensuring that expensive state funding institutions are not filled with people who can be safely supervised and rehabilitated in their community. Mitch helps people find a pathway out of the system and into a peaceful and productive life. Thank you, Mitch, and will all you and current, former, hardworking public defenders and deputy public defenders that are here today, please stand up and accept our appreciation. As we celebrate these successes, we face a deepening crisis, a growing shortage of the very people who are champions of these victories, attorneys, specifically prosecutors and public defenders, who, as you can see, are central to public safety. Indiana ranks 43rd in the number of lawyers per capita. 2 Hoosier law schools have closed in the last decade, drastically reducing our pipeline to new lawyers. And in some counties, we have as few as 5 attorneys. To address this issue, the Commission on Indiana's Legal Future spent months of thoughtful work. Judge Nancy Vadick and Chief Administrative Officer Justin Faulkner led the efforts. Recommendations include pilots for innovative legal service models, exploration of new licensure pathways, and initiatives for lawyers to serve in rural communities. 2 of your legislative initiatives last year also grew out of this work. One created Indiana's first public service scholarship program for future prosecutors and public defenders, still needs funding. The other broadened who may serve as municipal legal counsel. An enormous thank you to Senators Carrasco, Glick, and Taylor, and Representatives Delaney and Stierwald for their leadership in this. Thank you very much. As mentioned, at the center of this progress was CAO Justin Faulkner, a decorated Army captain who led multiple missions in Iraq and Afghanistan, who returned only to finish first in his law school class. He brought that leadership grounded in integrity, humility, and purpose to the courts for the last 8 years. Justin spearheaded improvements and has been our trusted advisor. He's now beginning the next chapter of his career, and we are profoundly grateful for the many ways he strengthened the shared mission of justice in Hoosier Heartland courts. Justin, you got to stand. As we've been confronting the attorney shortages, attorneys throughout the state have been lending a helping hand to make sure those courthouse doors remain open to all. The importance of community and access to justice is embedded in the oath we all took as Hoosier attorneys. This is reflected in the 8,000 attorneys that contributed 250,000 hours of legal work at no charge last year. From eviction to expungement, family matters to financial, justice is not just a distant possibility. Now it's often accessible through a nearby computer screen. Through Indiana Legal Help, our justice system now offers free legal information and easy-to-use forms in every county through 150 kiosks located in libraries, county buildings, and health centers. And they're in-person clinics, too. At one such clinic in Vanderburgh County, volunteer attorneys discovered an elderly couple drowning in medical debt. This, combined with dementia-related issues, made navigating bill payment a nightmare. It's a good thing they came in for help. The couple was about to lose the vehicle they needed to get to medical appointments. 2 volunteer lawyers, Catherine Rybeck and Ann Bush, agreed to assist them. Ann's a former physician, now a lawyer. These lawyers made it possible for the couple to successfully navigate their legal issues. We'd like to thank all volunteer attorneys, legal aid organizations, and the Indiana Bar Foundation represented by Abby Bush today for helping Hoosiers in need. Could you all stand and accept our thank you? Well, to conclude, all these examples I've shared today affirm a central truth. The work of our judiciary to keep the legal system in balance, to ensure public safety and resolve conflicts peacefully is more than a profession. It's a calling. So the next time you pass by that breathtaking courthouse in your own county, consider a moment of solemn thanks for the people who have accepted that calling. Think of the public servants in that building, judges, prosecutors, public defenders, who work every day to safeguard liberties, uphold justice, and ensure Hoosiers live in a community grounded in fairness, dignity, and peace. Thank you, and may God continue to bless this great state that I so love. Thank you. Thank you.
The joint convention is now adjourned.